I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
In terms of Tyson Fury and Dillian White, had that been landed on DAZN and Matchroom had won the bid, if Tyson Fury hadn't pushed the fight, so you paid $32 million for that fight and Fury hadn't attended the press conference, hadn't spoken about the fight, how would have you felt about it? How did DAZN felt about that?
Depends if he's not obliged to, and if he doesn't feel like he would have been treated in the correct manner. Everyone's very, very quick to forget that Tyson Fury didn't turn up to the Vladimir Klitschko press conference.
Wasn't that different, though? Well, he was going through mental health problems, wasn't he?
So he chose not to turn up. He's still at fault, but he chose not to turn up to the press conference. So what's the difference?
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn as he counterpunches the reality, the fact that Tyson Fury himself did not turn up for a press conference with Vladimir Klitschko. And I want to make this apparent because I want people to also understand that what Dillian White did was not uncommon. Okay? What he did, we've seen before. Let's put it that way. Okay? The normal thing, let's say. It's not normal, but it's happened before. And the irony of that is, it's happened to the same guy that was there, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury himself did exactly what Dillian White did. He didn't show up for the Vladimir Klitschko press conference. He didn't show up for whatever reason. It wasn't the mental health. This was after. He's talking about the second fight where Tyson couldn't show up because he wasn't in any fighting shape. Okay? And he tested positive for cocaine. No. The first fight, one of those press conferences, Tyson Fury didn't show up. You know, and Eddie Hearn was asking like, okay, well, what's the difference? You know what I mean? And that's absolutely true. What is the real difference? He's not obligated to show at those press conferences. He's really not. You know, but we got an inside, which I will have another interview with Dean, okay, the brother of Dillian White, soon. You know, because he is giving me insight on a lot of things, but he cleared up a lot of stuff that was going on without saying too much. He gave us enough. So shouts out to Dean White. And he was like, well, they offered him this. They wanted to give him that. If they cared that much about him showing up, right? Think about it. If it was that paramount that he showed up to his own press conference, they would have made it possible for him to get there. They would have made the accommodations for him to get there without any bullshit, without any, hey, we're going to give you the least. Because if you look at a guy like Dillian White, he's already feeling like he's been shitted on because he got the smallest amount possible for a purse bid for an interim champion ever, right? Matter of fact, he didn't even get the right amount. He got the lowest amount for any guy that's a mandatory challenger. They threw the interim belt or interim division right out the window, and the WBC made that possible. So that's why the arbitration with the WBC is at hand right now, because of the disrespect and the way they're treating Dillian the Body Snatcher White. Okay, so we have to remember that. He's still going to court with the WBC. Why? Because the WBC is doing the bare minimum to help Dillian White after all the fucking money that he has gave or given to the WBC, paying sanctioning fees, being the WBC interim champion. Okay? They took that man's money, but they won't respect that man as a champion too. Okay? So that's what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? And so you got that, and then he's already on Anks. So then you want to put him in a regular ass plane on one of the shittiest airlines around, you know, on that side of the pond. And then, you know, that's enough to make anybody, you know what, fuck you. You know, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So you have to understand what Dillian White is going through, but you also have to acknowledge that Tyson the Gypsy King Fury did the same shit. Because you guys can remember when Tyson Fury had a list of things that he accused Vladimir Klitschko of doing, saying that he was cheating. You guys remember that? He was cheating. He had that memory foam on the damn on the ring, and they made him take it off. There was no fight, or he wasn't going to fight. The gloves, something was wrong with the gloves. He put some spacers in his shoes to make him look taller, because Tyson Fury had him, because he's 6'9", and I think Vladimir's like 6'5" or something, but he put them spaces in there to be the same height as Tyson Fury, which I don't think is a big deal. I think that's an ego thing on Vlad's side. But, you know, those type of things happen. And he just broke down a list of what he felt was wrong, or how Vladimir Klitschko was getting over him. Okay, so why can't Dillian Whyte do the same? But he's not really said too much, because all that is in arbitration. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn counterpunching the fact that Tyson Fury himself stepped out on a press conference, played hooky. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.